DedSec app installed. Your boring factory optic has been officially cracked, which means that your Bagley AI assistant has also been upgraded to the super intelligent, super useful, questionably ethical version. That's me, and you are a prospective DedSec recruit, a sweet supple summer fawn taking your first steps into the minefield that is London. Let's do our best to keep you alive, shall we? DedSec started as a hacker collective, but we evolved into a high-tech resistance that stands up for anyone who's tired of taking society's shit. Here's what we're up against today. We've got Clan Kelly, a criminal organization that uses the dark web to sell everything from pills to people. There's the crypto-fascists at SARS who use London's world-class surveillance infrastructure to keep you oppressed. And there's the regular fascists at Albion who use boots and guns and stuff to do the same thing. Still interested? Thought so. Now here's the rub. In order to push back against the corrupt power structure of the city, DedSec had to grow, but the larger it got, the more it became part of that power structure itself. So, short version, we had to find a way to keep ourselves accountable. Stupid version, who DedSec's the DedSec? That's why we decentralized DedSec into a series of small, independent cells. Our civilian contacts identify threats to their communities, and these independent cells are free to deal with those threats however they want. Though to be honest, it usually involves a lot of stun guns and hacking. It's up to you to build one of these cells from the ground up. But before we make this marriage official, we have to make sure you're up to fighting hordes of highly trained mercenaries and drones with flesh-melting missiles. Between you and me, we've burnt through a lot of well-meaning dog walkers. You've got all that? Good. Operative registration confirmed. You've been activated. Right. Before you go around calling yourself a resistance cell, you're going to need at least one more person on your team.
On it.
Plus, then if you die, I've got a spare.
Come again?
Nothing. You're going to be using something called influence to recruit them. We'll explain what that is later. If you've got enough, we'll contact any person you target and convince them to join. Now, have a look around and choose your first recruit.
Failure to comply will result in extreme measures. Surrender yourself. Failure to comply will result in extreme measures.
Don't hurt me, please!
Engaging target. Engaging hostile target. Engaging target. Engaging hostile target.
Stay down! Take cover!
Warning. Resisting arrest. Using restraining measures.
Citizens have an important role to play. Observe, report, keep crime levels down, and your streets safe.
So I look up, and I swear to God, someone was riding on the drone. They were literally surfing on it, just flying across the street like it was nothing. I don't know if it was some kind of daredevil thing or what, but honestly, it looks fun. I know it's completely ridiculous, but I think I want to try it. Don't suppose you know anyone that owns one? It's accelerating. That's a scary thing. They're saying we can start expecting lots of snow in London now. Like every year. Something about polar vortexes and the Gulf Stream? I don't know. But whatever it is, I have no idea how we're going to cope.
Check your doors and corners.
We had that one day where there was some snow on the ground and it was total chaos. Planes grounded, drones exploding, fiery car crashes on the M25. I should invest in a good pair of ice
Gone
skates.
far.
Or a dog sled.
putting a stop to this!
Pointy sword, and you have an hour to just
Yeah,
cut everything.
I've had quite enough of this.
Big hunks of meat hanging from the ceiling?
Right, this ends now.
No fun. Popular with couples if you can believe that.
I'm putting a stop to this. Right, this ends now. Suspect shooting! Ah!
Welcome back to The Upload. Today we're talking about cryptocurrency. Crypto now seems like it's been around forever, but it's really quite a new invention. Were you an early adopter?
I was one of the first that was in this market. There seemed to be a new way of financial transactions, a new way of money, something that we could
This is one good
completely
ride.
reinvent and change some of the legacy financial systems around the world and really give power back to the people.
Yeah, it was a real shift in the way that the world works. And let's recap the basics. So, central to cryptocurrency is the distributed ledger technology, the tech that keeps track of all transactions. And what this means is you can have a decentralized system without having to trust any one party, like old-fashioned banks.
One of the reasons why I got involved so early was that you could stay anonymous.
Yeah, the features of cryptocurrency very much fit into that early mindset. It was all about finding an alternative to centralized systems. It was kind of a countercultural punk ethos. The whole point of the distributed ledger is you're not trusting any one person to keep a track of who has what money or how they're spending it. It's all out there in the open for anyone to see, and yet you can remain secretive.
But not everybody now wants to keep up this crypto legacy. They don't share this attitude anymore. We've seen institutions, businesses, even governments experimenting with crypto, which doesn't really fit into its original branding.
Almost nostalgic for the feel of cash. For the feel of cash. Good old-fashioned paper and coins. First they changed the paper notes to plastic notes, and now it's just all digital. There's nothing to hold on to.
It was great just to be able to have a little bit of money to carry around with you.
I think the turning point in the UK really came a few years ago when the pound dropped 10% over just one season. People living off the grid started using crypto, and just as everyone was losing faith in the pound, they were gaining it in cryptocurrency, which turned out to be much more stable. Kind of the opposite of what people thought from the beginning.
And then, of course, there was the recession. It didn't take long for startups to see an opportunity in this new way of doing finance. A lot of traditional money was startup behaviour. They just installed them everywhere. No consultation with the government, no approval or anything. But people immediately started to use them.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of how Balloon put out the Optic. They just made it free and flooded the streets with these devices. Suddenly everyone had them.
If there's this great option of tech, people are just going to start using it, no matter the cost.
Parliament actually tried to put a stop to the cash points, but people were using them so much already, there was outrage. I mean, some parts of London were already using crypto as their primary currency by then.
And now, apparently, or at least in theory, crypto is illegal.
Yeah, in May this year, economists found that crypto was being to the upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering. For those of you responding, as if anyone does this, CTOS was first introduced by aerospace teams in San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been
Got the situation here.
They're raining fire on me!
Bloody Muppet, is that the best you've got? We have the suspect's last known position. Check it out. All right, everyone, just stay calm. Watch out, there's an active shooter. All right, everyone.
It's so bad though. It's so annoying. Whenever I try to share on self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck
Any
in
person
traffic
intentionally
jams or
masking
roadblocks,
or otherwise
not to
obscuring
mention
their face from
accidents.
detection
I've heard so
will be
many stories
prosecuted.
of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the cars. I'm only using the bikes, which are not self-driving at the moment, at least. And don't even get me started on the data.
current threat level
Everything
is
that Bloom sees from your
Watch out, there's an active shooter.
Oh, not you and Bloom and Chrissy again. You're a broken record. Metrics are currently being tracked.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once-free Britain. Hello, resistors, this is the bug. Keep the fire alive in the vacuum of today's Britain. Okay,
Any
fire's
person
not burning back.
intentionally
Not
masking
the
or
Christmas
otherwise
light.
obscuring
Shape
their
of the
face
flame,
from
but it's
detection
something. It is something to cling to. Joining me and Alice, hold the front page. Technology apparently is here. I'd just like to go back to the 18th century and see if we can have another crack at the Industrial Revolution. I'll get a letter on this night. But new tech is creating 4,000 jobs. Count them all, 4,000 new jobs. Thanks to this new tech investment.
I mean, that's a very exciting thing if you're someone who wants to work in the tech sector, but I can only assume that this tech investment has created 4,000 jobs that will immediately be taken by robots.
Even if they're not, there'll be jobs that no one in their right sane mind would actually want to do, but that's the price of progress, I guess. And we have to embrace the way technology is taking over everything, because maybe this is a ray of hope for us in this darkened universe, that technology will in fact render us all obsolete, and we won't need humans at all for the bad things that are happening now. What is the common denominator behind all of it?
I don't know, Andy, tell me.
All the bad things that are happening now, all the bad things that have ever happened, all involved human beings. They're always involved whenever anything goes wrong from the very dawn of time. And think of this, an automated Nigel Cass, surely a step up on the human Nigel Cass. You could even program it to have a tiny, tiny sliver of content.